to Venezuela Insider, the only place in Venezuela for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, venezuelainsider.com. Today, I'm talking about the 5 things that I like about Lecheria. And actually, if you've been following this content, you know I live in Lecheria. And the reasons that I live in Lecheria and I don't live in other major city in Venezuela, or I don't live in some other country. I like, for instance, I like Colombia, I like Mexico, I like Eastern Europe. However, I decided to just stay here. And you know the saying, don't listen to what someone says, watch what they do. So I'm living here, so I voted with my feet. I love living here in Lecheria. And today I'm gonna review the 5 reasons why I like Lecheria, the things that I love the most about this city. The first reason is the architecture. I love Lecheria, I love the city design of the place. And of course, when I'm talking about architecture, I'm not talking about this is like a European city like Florence with all these cathedrals and these museums and these beautiful eclectic buildings, although we have a couple of those as well. This is a pretty city, I have to say. I love the buildings, I love the structures, I love the architecture of the city. It doesn't have skyscrapers, however, I love the design of the city with the canals, and pretty much at any point of the city you are close to the beach or are close to the canal. So if you are a big fan of living surrounded by water access, sea access, you're gonna love Lecheria for that side. And also you have to throw the streets are decently clean, are pretty much taken care of, and all the infrastructure overall is pretty decent. The only bad thing is a failure with the water service a couple of times that we have. Despite that, I love the infrastructure of the city. Number 2 is safety. Lecheria is by far the safest city in Venezuela and one of the safest cities in Latin America. I say all the time that we don't count the homicides, we count the years without one. And since 2017, that's roughly 6 years ago, we had 3 homicides that I have on my account, and probably there was a couple more, I don't know. And 2 of these 3 homicides were situations, very particular situations. What is anti-governmental protest, also strike that occurred in 2017, and sadly, a student who was protesting against the local, the central government, and there was an issue with the security forces, and sadly he passed away, and that counts as a murder because you don't have to kill someone who is unarmed. However, it wasn't just a random homicide. And the other case, it was on the last case, I believe it was in September 2020, and it was a businessman that he got killed by a syndicate member, something like that. I don't want to get on that. Well, the main takeaway is random homicide doesn't occur here in Lecheria pretty much. And of course, you get petty crime every now and then. No, not a big deal. You can be on the city, you can walk outside, you can walk from one point to the other of the city, and nothing is gonna happen to you. And also the city is very walkable, although most people use cars and go by cars or bikes or motorcycles. But however, you can walk pretty much the whole city. And I love the fact that I feel safe every time that I do so. Number 3 is a walkable city. And what I love, actually one of my main hobbies is that I like to walk across the beach, walking just nearby the beach or nearby the canal or the park or the plaza or you name it. I enjoy walking around the entire city. I love hiking. I like going to Cerro El Morro, which is the biggest, highest point on the city. This is a flat city. We don't have mountains. However, we have Cerro El Morro. It's a hill. and the view over there is breathtaking. You can walk pretty much throughout the city, and like I said on the point before, pretty much a safe place to do so. Not also safe, there is also the landscape, although it's not that as natural as you want it, just surrounded by the sea, the canal, some trees, the birds, sunshine throughout the year. So I love that fact living here in Lecheria. Number four are amenities. Here in Lecheria, we have a bunch of amenities. Let's start by the beach. You have the beach, and you have a lot of beaches nearby. Not only the beaches that are pretty much within the city, but also the beaches that you can just take you can rent a boat or just pay for a service, a boat service. They can take you to the Mochima National Park. That is full of tons of beautiful beaches. You can go around, and if you are a beach scavenger hunter, you can go to pretty much a new beach throughout the whole year on the surrounding areas. And not also, I'm talking about beaches, also pretty much your major conveniences, grocery stores, bakeries, ice cream parlors, cafes, and now we have co-working spaces. You have pretty much everything you need, stores, shopping centers, shopping malls, and pet stores. We have vet clinics, so you have a dog or a cat, it will be very well taken care of. And also this dog hair salon. Actually, I was grabbing lunch 2 days ago and watching. Meanwhile, I was eating. I was watching one of these cute little dogs getting the haircut. And well, if you have kids, you have children. There is a ton of amenities for children as well. If you're a single guy, you have nightclubs and places that you can mingle and meet people. You have hotels. You have pretty much any major convenience that you might need in a city. And the five reason is that Lecheria has a strategic location on the country. Lecheria is on the east side of the country, but is of course close to the sea. And if you want to go to, for instance, Margarita Island, you have ferries, and just a couple hours away from Margarita Island, so if you want to go to Margarita. By the same token, you are on a 4-hour drive to Caracas, capital of the country, of course, and on a 40-minute flight, a travel flight, you also can reach Caracas like that on a commercial flight, and also a private flight if, of course, you can afford it. And after that, you can take just the main high roads, the main turnpines, the main roads to the west side of the country if you do a lot of traveling. And also you can go to the south of the country. And also we have close nearby in Barcelona an international airport. And just have a couple international flights to Panama. You used to have one to Miami. We have some a direct flight to Peru. And if you want to go to some other place in the world, you just go to the main airport in Caracas, short travel to over there, and after that you can go to pretty much any place in the world. So also has a pretty convenient location for whatever might be the case that you need. Thank you for watching Venezuela Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. If you want to work with us, VenezuelaInsider.com. Thanks again. Have a nice day.